Tyrus, who is well known for being the huge guy on Gutfeld, has had a really intriguing career path. From the wrestling ring to a panel on one of the most popular late-night television programs of our time. He was a perfect fit for the large man with even bigger ideas. However, Tyrus tends to keep his personal life private even if he is in the spotlight. But not today, because today is the first time we're seeing the woman who won his heart. Who exactly is she? And how did she get this veteran of the WWE? Before Tyrus became the guy he is now, she was the ideal companion for a man like him. Let's examine why. Tyrus was born George Timothy Murdoch in Boston, Massachusetts, on February 21, 1973. Being biracial at the time was difficult, because Murdoch and his brother were not accepted in their mother's house due to their mixed race. He was severely affected by this episode, and became fixated on altering the hue of his skin, even though they were able to live together in the end. Not surprisingly, considering his physique, Murdoch played collegiate football for the Lopers, while pursuing his teaching degree at the University of Nebraska at Kearney. Regretfully, surgery to remove his ruptured appendix destroyed the nerve endings in his leg, forcing him to quit up football. Murdoch thus starts to walk with a limp. He began experimenting with professional wrestling in the early 2000s, and in 2006 he signed a contract with World Wrestling Entertainment, WWE, and was assigned to Deep South Wrestling DSW, where he took on the persona of Giller, a street thug who continued to work under DSW until his contract was terminated in 2008. Murdoch took a 2-year hiatus after his time with DSW before getting back into the ring. He re-signed with WWE in January 2010 under the moniker Brodus Clay, which is actually a parody of the true name of artist Snoop Dogg. Did you know that the rapper's bodyguard was actually Murdoch? Just so you know, Calvin Cortazar Brodus is Snoop Dogg's true name. Returning to Murdoch, he appeared in the 4th season of WWE's television series, NXT. That same year, in December, he made his ring debut by defeating Byron Saxton in tandem with Ted Diaz. He lost against Curtis in the season finale and finished in 2nd place. Murdoch soon kept up his clay image, making his debut as the formidable bodyguard of Alberto Del Rio. In 2012, he adopted a new persona, the Funkasaurus, replacing his most expansive clay avatar. As the name implies, this character is a fun-loving funk dancing face and became his most popular WWE persona. He is continuing his Funkasaurus streak for a long time with the Funkadactyl, his own backing dancers. He completed this ploy 2 years later, and in June 2014, he was let off from his contract. He isn't finished getting down on the ring that year, despite what you may believe. Murdoch debuted at Total Non-Stop Action, TNA Wrestling, which is now Impact Wrestling. In the same year, he adopted the name Tyrus and sided with Ethan Carter III, sometimes known as EC3, abandoning the Funkasaurus identity. Before departing in 2018, Tyrus, whose name is Murdoch, formed a number of partnerships with different wrestlers and even worked as a fixer for hire. You could say that Murdoch went all out in the final 2 years of his wrestling career, which ended up being his swan song in the business. Murdoch eventually joined the National Wrestling Alliance, or NWA, in 2021, and soon after, he took over the scene. In August of the same year, he was proclaimed the NWA World Television Champion. He voluntarily gave up the champion seat by applying the Lucky 7 rule after successfully defending the title multiple times prior to vying for the global title. He defeated Trevor Murdoch and Matt Cardona at the NWA Hard Times 3 in November 2022 to capture the NWA World Heavyweight Championship the following year. This was Murdoch's first world championship and his primary title. He didn't stay in the game long, and in a bull rope fight at the 75th anniversary show in August 2023, he lost the heavyweight champion title to his old ally, EC3. Since the match included a clause requiring him to retire if he lost, this event signaled the end of his professional wrestling career. Nevertheless, he bid farewell and ultimately thanked his family and supporters. He gained notoriety thanks in large part to his wrestling career, which attracted Fox News anchor Greg Gutfeld's attention. The former professional wrestler was invited by the latter to appear as a guest analyst on the Greg Gutfeld Show in November 2016. After Murdoch performed admirably in his debut, Gutfeld offered to bring him back to the show once a month under the stage name Tyrus. Murdoch's prominence in the industry increased after that, and he soon found himself appearing as a guest on a number of Fox News Channel shows. The constant collaboration between Murdoch and Gutfeld even led to the latter being referred to as his enormous sidekick. Murdoch contributed to the Fox News. Dana Perino hosted Daily Briefing in addition to participating in the Gutfeld panel. It goes without saying that he was the one who introduced Fox Nations, and was a frequent host of UNPC on Fox News. He also served as the anchor of Fox News' Saturday Night's debut in 2023. Additionally, he began maintaining a new series for the streaming service, Outkick, alongside Tyrus the following year. How did he manage to find the love of his life, given how busy he is? To find out, keep watching. Murdoch is large and powerful, but his wife, Ingrid Rink, is the complete opposite. Fit and slender. Don't be fooled by her attractive appearance. She is also a very successful person. The date of Ingrid Rink's birth was April 24, 1981. She was also born in the United States, just like her spouse. Her family was generally supportive of her entrepreneurial attitude when she was growing up, so she has always had a business-minded mindset. Additionally, she became really interested in fitness, which was exactly what drove her to choose this professional path. Despite having completed high school, she chose to pursue a career in fitness instead of attending college like the majority of her colleagues. When she took her first exercise lesson at the age of 15, it was a turning point in her life. It strengthened her resolve to pursue a career in the health and fitness sector. She began teaching fitness classes on her own the following year, which ultimately helped her explore other employment options. She received numerous credentials as a result of her hard work, demonstrating her expertise and familiarity with the fitness field. She is a fitness specialist, with a wealth of knowledge and expertise in helping people reach their highest level of health. It could be weight loss, muscle growth, fitness training, or something similar. Rink followed her instincts and turned her passion into a company rather than enrolling in college. The Rink Routine, her fitness business that emphasizes a holistic lifestyle, was founded as a result of her investment in practical knowledge and talents. She disclosed that her skating routine is a daily ritual during a 2022 Ask Dr. Andrew guest appearance. The fitness expert's statement that what you do every single day and what you practice is the outcome of your life is evidence of her dedication and self-control. She did, however, declare on her Instagram page last year that she no longer wants to refer to it as a rink routine, stating that she would never again want to be associated with a rink. She revealed that she took some time off to think about it because she couldn't continue to develop a brand with a name she detested. She asks her fans for ideas for a new name for her brand and concludes by saying that she missed choreographing, teaching, and leading. Given that she grew up with a passion for the fitness business, it is not surprising that she decided to pursue a career in it. You might be shocked to learn, however, that her other company was founded for a very personal reason. Sensible Meals is her other profitable company. Her meal prep business encourages people to be more conscious of their food intake and nutrition. Founded more than 10 years ago, after learning that her son Rock from a previous marriage had type 1 diabetes, she started Sensible Meals. In a 2018 interview with Sophisticated Woman, she related how her friends discovered the remarkable outcomes of the portion-controlled meals she prepared for her son. Since then, the business has flourished as they naturally wanted to try it for themselves and have her make his meals for them. She has also encountered the constant trial and error that characterizes business. It didn't stop her from improving her meals every time, though. She remarked, "I have true passion and love for what I do and the people I interact with, even though I didn't always have the right tools. I want to demonstrate to my children that anything is possible if you are driven and passionate." Along with 2 other children the wrestler had with his ex-wife, Ingrid Murdoch is also the mother of their son, Rhett. Despite their public personas, Murdoch and his spouse are private people. As far as anyone could tell, the couple had been dating since 2014, when Murdoch proposed in 2020. When he announced their engagement, Murdoch praised his wife, stating she is everything to him and deserves everything. He gave her a stunning engagement ring made of emerald. However, it took 4 more years for the couple to get married in January 2024. Despite him referring to her as his wife for many years, the couple registered their marriage license on January 6, 2024, according to Clark County records. They also support each other's careers by attending events together. When Murdoch received recognition as King of Mardi Gras in 2022 by the crew of Orpheus, a group based in New Orleans, with his wife Ingrid Murdoch at his side. At concerts, they are sometimes spotted by fans. They were seen by many at the Smashing Pumpkins show in New Orleans. Mrs. Murdoch immediately posted on her Instagram account about how her husband gained a large following. Although she acknowledges that it makes quality time and date nights difficult, she is pleased with the interaction. She also went with him on his 2022 book tour, the memoir Just Tyrus, and his 2022 comedy tour, What It Is. Additionally, Ingrid Murdoch sticks to their promise, no matter what, particularly when they face difficulties. Britt McHenry, Murdoch's former co-host at Fox News, filed a sexual harassment lawsuit against him back in 2019. He was accused by Britt of sending a string of obscene texts. McHenry launched a lawsuit against Murdoch and Fox News on December 10, 2019, despite Fox News' claims that they looked into the matter and found a solution. 2 years later, the case was dropped with an unknown payment, but McHenry said she misplaced the phone that included all of the obscene messages that Murdoch allegedly sent her. Murdoch's family was even personally impacted by this, which caused them anguish. His wife spoke on the entire situation in December 2022. "The trauma my family has endured this past year is too much to even share," she wrote in a letter. "One thing, though, is that my spouse became even more capable of leading his family. He always sent me and our princess to obtain some mystical healing whenever he noticed that I was weakening. Wait till you hear about the additional responsibilities that Ingrid Murdoch has been given at home, if you already believe that she has her hands full with her job, spouse, and motherhood." As previously stated, Murdoch has long referred to his companion as his wife. He even referred to her as the queen of his Tyrusilla Zoo, which he loved to refer to as his little wild kingdom. You're completely mistaken if you believe that the big man only keeps dogs or cats as pets. The ex-WWE wrestler has a number of creatures in their house, including chameleons, turtles, lizards, snakes, and exotic fish. During the episode, Ingrid Murdoch talked about her early feelings, stating that she didn't like reptiles or animals, but she's prepared to go the extra mile for the man she loves, and has simply changed her perspective. She freely said, "I think it was just that I dislike the people more than the animals." She took the initiative to become the animal curator at their home, even though she wasn't interested in animals. Their pets' living conditions significantly improved as a result of her efforts. She claimed to have learned about it online, and, for starters, had thunder and rain sounds playing at night to promote animal mating. She also joked that she merely bossed everyone around and got the job done, but eventually found that caring for the animals isn't that taxing. She has a few people, including their kids, to help her with the work. Georgie, their daughter, is responsible for the animals' play and bathing, while his partner makes sure the cages, tanks, and enclosures are maintained clean. Her son Rhett handles the actual labor and nasty work. Her spouse is ecstatic with her managerial abilities and claims that his health has improved by 1,000% as a result of her excellent care of their pets and mental well-being. All things considered, we can all agree that Ingrid Murdoch is a true superwoman. As we previously stated, the pair has a daughter together, in addition to a few other children from their past partners. Who are they then? First up is Georgie Rose. She was born on May 7, 2014, and is their shared child. Prior to the family's recent migration to New Jersey, she was raised in Louisiana and was given the name Murdoch. She has also taken up horseback riding and inherited her father's athletic pants. In 2024, she even acquired Roosevelt, sometimes known as Teddy, as her own horse. She participated in and won her first horseback riding competition in June 2024. While Murdoch's other children participate in other sports, Georgie enjoys soccer in addition to horseback riding. His other daughter has developed an interest in golf, while his son plays travel baseball. Murdoch also has 2 girls and a son from his previous girlfriends prior to Georgie. Last year, his son, whom he lovingly refers to on Instagram as Kakarot, celebrated his 13th birthday. In contrast, his 2 children, born in June and December 2011, are both 14 years old. Despite being vocal about his views, Murdoch prefers to remain silent about family issues, particularly those involving his children. He avoided bringing up his children in his memoirs, claiming that their tales should be told instead. As a father, he made the decision to explain everything to his children when they are older, even though he is well aware that they might have questions or become upset with him in the future. The professional wrestler acknowledged that he didn't have excellent upbringing from his parents when he was younger, but he argues that doesn't justify the decisions he made at the time. Murdoch acknowledges how difficult saying goodbye is to him, and says he always misses them, even though he tries his best to see them whenever he can. However, he also takes care of his wife, Ingrid Murdoch, who has 2 boys, Rhett and Rock. Even though he prefers to hide them from the media, Murdoch still takes his kids to one of his stand-up shows. He had also stated that he wanted to spend more time with his kids, therefore he retired from wrestling in 2023 with a smile on his face. On the Sage Steele show, he disclosed that he once asked his kids if they wanted him to go to their wrestling matches, or if they rather that he just keep wrestling. "No, we want you at the games," my children stated, giving me a stern look. That was the conclusion of that. Murdoch was happy to give up wrestling, and fortunately, the chance to do so presented itself easily. Murdoch acknowledges that he is still learning how to be a father, just like most parents. However, he pledges to be there for his kids no matter what. As a father, he also takes pride in the fact that his daughters are just smarter than him, and that they pick up lessons more quickly than he did. He discussed how one of his children is transgender and a member of the LGBT community when he made an unedited appearance on Piers Morgan last year. According to him, his child is developing and receiving therapy, and he promises to support her in anything she desires. "I'll be there with her," Murdoch stated, referring to his daughter, him, they, or whoever his child desires to become when she is mature enough to make that choice.